Hi everyone, we're going to decide what conic is it and name all the, give all the information we need to have on it, the conic, and also graph it. So when you're looking at this, what we notice is they both have squares, and our coefficient in front of the squares are different. So it's a hyperbola or an ellipse. However, since this is a negative and this is a positive, we know it's a hyperbola. Basically, I'm going to complete the square here and group my x's together here and then my y's. So I'm going to pull out of 4, get x squared plus 2x. I'm going to pull out a box here, or a square, minus y squared minus 4y. Be careful when you do this. When you put parentheses around this, you have to change this to a negative, because 2 negatives would make a positive. Now, so this equals negative 4 plus 4 times the box, 4 times that square, and then minus, because this is minus 1 here, minus a box. So let's complete the square. Half of 2 is 1 square at 1. Half of 4 is 2 square at 4. So you can put a 1 here and a 4 here. So basically on this side, these two cancel and you're going to get negative 4. I'm going to fix this up here. I'm going to x plus half of 2 is 1 squared. These are my perfect square trinomials. Y minus half of 4 is 2 squared. Equals, let me clean this up, equals negative 4. Now I'm going to divide everything by negative 4 because we have to have 1 on the right side here. And what we have then is negative, because that goes into it negative 1 times. So negative x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared over 4. 2 negatives here make a positive, equals 1. And that's not the standard form. This would be over 1. So I'm going to switch these two around. So I get y minus 2 squared over 4 minus x plus 1 squared over 1 equals 1. Now it's in hyperbolic form. Okay? So we're going to find out all the information. The main thing you need to know on hyperbolas, what matters is not so much on the ellipsis, what mattered was which is bigger in the denominator. Here what matters is who's the lead. In this case, y is the lead. So y starts, and that's where all the information is going to come from. So let me copy it down on this side. We have y minus 2 squared over 4 minus x plus 1 squared over 1 equals 1. So my center is going to be careful here, negative 1 comma 2. Remember the h always goes with the, this is your hk, and h always goes with your x, and k always goes with your y. So this is your center, and then we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, because we need the c for the foci. I'm going to put a little box here. So a squared is just your first number. Really doesn't matter here because we're just adding a squared plus b squared. So that's 4. B squared is 1. All right, b squared equals 1. Therefore, c squared equals 5 because you're adding. And now find your a, b's, and c's. A equals plus or minus 2. B equals equals plus or minus 1, and c equals plus or minus square root of 5. Okay? So we have our center already right here, and we need our foci and our vertices. So what I'm going to do is we only have 2 vertices. My center is -1, 2, and everything is going to be on whoever the leader is here, which is the y. So my vertices is going to be -1, 2 plus your a, which is 2, and -1, 2 minus your 2. So this is going to be -1, 4, and -1, 0. That's going to be your vertices. And then your foci is still on the y here. So the foci is going to be -1, 2 plus root 5, square root of 5, and -1, 2 minus the square root of 5. Remember, the square root of 5 is a little bigger than 2. And we have to have the slope of the asymptotes and all that. And we're going to talk about that when we graph it. So let's graph this. I find graphing it from the equation is a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and write it over here. So we're going to have y minus 2 squared over 4 minus x plus 1 squared over 1 equals 1. So my center I could see here is -1, 2. So there's my center. All right. Now, for my to get the general shape of this, remember a hyperbola is just an ellipse that's broken open. So what I'm going to do is look at this and take the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2, and from my center, I'm going to go up on the y, 1, 2, because it's under the y, and down 2. And we already did it here. So, but this is just doing it by looking at the equation. And on my x, I'm starting from my center, and I'm going, square root of 1 is 1, so I'm going over 1, over 1. Now what I'm going to do is draw a box, little rectangular shaped box here. Alright? And I'm going to draw lines. These are going to be the asymptotes right through here. And I'm going to draw lines here. These are your asymptotes. So you draw the box, it's a lot easier. It goes right through the corners and the center. So basically, here's your asymptotes. There. Now, since y is the starter, it's going to open up and down. So you take your vertex here, and open up without crossing the asymptote. And you come here and go down. And there's your hyperbola. Your foci would be right here. And somewhere right in here. It's on the part right here. And then we have to get the slope of the asymptotes. Well, the slope of the asymptotes is very easy. Because first of all, we already drew the box. So what did we do? We went up 2 over 1. So the slope of the asymptote is 2 over 1. And then we also had negative. And just remember, they have this formula for it. But all you need to remember is its slope is y over x, right? Or you could say change in y over the change in x. So just look at your y part, take the square root of the denominator, and you get 2. Then look at your x part, Take the square root of 1 and you get 1. And then just do the plus and minus. And so usually they just want the slope of the asymptotes. And that's all of that. Oh, we also have to talk about transverse axis and the conjugate axis. The transverse is basically your major axis, transverse, and it's always your lead. So since we started with y, that means your transverse axis is vertical. And remember the conjugate, the follower, the conjugate is under your second one, or it's the second one, which is going to be your horizontal. And that's what it is. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.